Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome to the Bitlab Academy daily live stream. My name is Kellam. Welcome to the show. How you feeling? How you doing? Where are you tuned in from? Let me know in the chat. Everybody in the room, whether you're an OG, whether you're a new G, whatever kind of G you are. And if you're not a G, let me know what letter you are, because we are non-binary letters these days, right? You can be whatever letter in the alphabet you want to be. I don't care. I'm just happy that you're here. Big love to everybody. We're going to be talking a little bit about healthy management of portfolios today. You know, the meme coin craze is kind of really popping right now. And the funny thing about it is, usually by the time you hear about a certain coin, and this is, you know, for really any sort of asset class, if it's starting to get into the mass sort of zeitgeist, that's when it starts becoming an issue of whether or not you should be entering or not. So entering that asset. So we're going to be talking about that today. We're going to be talking about a bunch of different smaller cap coins, micro caps, meme coins, how we can engage with these in a meaningful way and how we can utilize them to make money and not get wrecked. Remember when we had MDX Crypto on here, millionaire trader, he's been doing this for years. He made a very cogent point, very excellent point here on the stream. And it was, so many people focus so big, so much on trying to catch up to other people that have been in the space for years, and they have so much more money than them. Whether, I'm sure every one of us is here, myself included. I'm sure every one of us in this room, if you've ever seen a crypto face meme, a crypto face live stream, you've had a moment where you're like, you feel like, man, he's trading on $5 million right now on leverage, and it makes you want to, you know, put your $100 or your $1,000 in and 10x, 40x, 30x, whatever it is. And it's just setting yourself up for failure, because that's not how they got there. So why would we do it to try and catch up with somebody that has a lot more money than us, a lot more capital? The key here, the key in all of crypto, the key in all of trading, yes, you want to make strategic decisions about where, what you enter in and where you enter it in each one of its own independent market cycles, but also understanding the context of the larger asset, the entire asset class. That's not just a specific asset, but you want to know where you're at in the sort of general psychological cycle of risk on, risk off, as well as knowing how to have a capital allocation, meaning how much money to put into something. And as MDX said, tying it back to that, if you're focused more on capital protection, risk management, rather than the greed and the FOMO that comes with a lot of these assets, because they do pump fast, you focus on the capital protection, you're going to go a lot further than somebody only trying to squeeze every single dollar out of every trade. Because usually, especially with meme coins, it's very easy it's going to go higher and then have it go the absolute other direction. So how do we protect ourselves with that? Now let's go ahead and shout out Creighton C. Kelly, I'm fine with just 5 million. You know what? 5 million's a good number. I can tell you that. Now, shout out to the entire chat here. I think Crimson Caravan, well, Alex Green, I believe, was the first one. It's not letting me go all the way to the top. But Crimson Caravan Company, Alexander G. Who else we got in here? Zeus Cash, Karen Swigart Harris, Sawtooth Hiker. Man, I just love seeing all these familiar names in here. If you're an OG, if you've been here from the first week or two that we started streaming, you know, earlier this year, throw that in the chat. Let everybody know. A lot of these, basically most of the mods have been here on the stream from the get-go. And not only that, a lot of them I don't want to say, we've been following each other, let's say that, through the digital asset ecosystem, you know, on the different channels I've been on. And, you know, it's wonderful now that I'm able to host my own show and build this community with you all, because this stream specifically is all about bridging that gap from beginner to pro, helping, you know, giving deep alpha and strategy and tools and tips and tricks and all the things that pros use, but also throw it back. So if this is their first stream, that I can throw them a couple nuggets along the way so that they can learn. Because I remember how hard it was early on listening to people and just feeling like I was listening to a foreign language. So everybody in the chat, I wanted to say, I almost said congratulations to you. I want to say how much I appreciate how well and how positive you've kept this channel. We don't do the trolling. We don't do this just just negative energy. This is a classroom. This is growth. This is community. And that's what this is about. So if you haven't yet, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ding that bell. Let me know you're interested in what's going on here. It's the easiest way to help this channel, and also let another mainstream media organization, aka YouTube, know that you like crypto content, and it helps them. You know, all the data of all these channels that you participate in, the chats, how frequently you chat, how many emojis you put in chat, the like button, the subscribe button, if you ding the bell, all this stuff is data that goes back to YouTube that lets them know there's people that like this kind of content. So you're literally helping the crypto ecosystem grow. You're literally helping your portfolio grow if you hit that like button, if you hit that subscribe button and ding that bell. So shout out to Frankie Candles. I always got his hat on because it's just such a comfortable hat. Yeah, I mean, I think let's get into it, right? Let's go ahead and shebang here. So first things first, make sure you come over to the BitLab Academy Twitter page, which is right here at Academy BitLab. Come give us a follow. Hit this retweet button. Hit this like button. You get entered to win. I also pinned it at the very top of the comment box there. Make sure you come in and retweet this. You get entered to win. We'll be drawing on Friday. We give all kind of different stuff away. I go over it every day. I'm not going to say it again today. We give away a lot of different kinds of stuff. Make sure you also come over and well, Matty Greenspan's a nice guy. I had him on my podcast before. Make sure you come and give me a follow here at Kelly Kellam. And I want you to notice this is blue right now. It may be turning to gold soon. I just had to cancel my blue subscription. But you see this hit thing right here? Anybody that's trying to act like me, they will not be able to have this right here because they're not part of the hit network. So make sure that you are following the correct page. There's just so many scammers out there. I just want to make sure nobody ends up getting scammed by some sort of imposter there. Now, what are we talking about today? Well, first off, I want to talk about, let's first off take a peek at, it's a lot of lines on this chart. Woo! Let's go ahead and take a peek at Bitcoin, and then we can dive into the meme coins. Let's just get a general sort of vibe where we're at. Now, what was I talking about? This is important. What was I talking about throughout this week? I was talking about the bullish case, the more bullish case, the still bullish case, and we may be breaking down further case. The more bullish case was holding this line right here. That's why I have this this mapped out right here with the price level. This is a previous high. We did bounce off this, come back up. We formed a lower high, and then we fell through it. Now, if we come here, do Option F. If you're on PC, it's Alt F. Click on the chart. That gives you a Fibonacci. Now, I want you to notice something. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this. I want you to notice something. We've come right down. Look at this. Right down, and this is a little bit subjective. Where's the line? Because we can do it from the candle bodies here. If we do it from the candle bodies, this is on the 4-hour chart. Candle bodies, price action breaks down, and the wicks bounce right here in the golden pocket. Golden pocket retrace from this entire move. Now, if we do this from the wick, we can see we still got a ways to go. Not only do we have a ways to go, there's a little bit more confluence if we actually fall a little further. This is why it's good to do TA and get the map on the chart of where levels of interest are. Because if you just look at it without any lines, without anything, you just look at it like this, it's like, oh man, maybe this is going all the way down. And maybe it is, but as it stands right now, we can see if we turn the lines on, we've got an understanding of where the key levels are. So this golden pocket's 0.618 and 0.65. If you don't have your setup this way, you can, when you open your Fibonacci, you can select it. You'll see all the area highlighted of where the whole Fibonacci is. But you double click on it, it pulls up the settings, and then you can essentially change one of the extensions here. It doesn't matter what order these are in. It's going to line them up correctly on the chart. Make sure you have a 0.618 and a 0.65. Now, if you like how mine is transparent like this, this is the background right here. You see how most people's is kind of like this or something. I just do it transparent because it's just too much on the chart. This is where you do that at. And you can turn anything on or off if you only want to have the golden pocket on there or whatever. I like having 0, the 382, 618, 0.65, and the 786. That's the main zone here from the low to the high or the high to the low. And then you can do your extensions, the 1.3, the 1.382, as you see here, the 1.618, the 2.618, so on and so forth. And and you don't need to have the extensions on when you're doing intra-trend Fibonacci's. The extensions are, if this, like for instance right here, you can see, I did this move from here to here, and it gave me extensions down. If this starts losing this level, I'll look for confluence of where my fibs are with other previous price action highs or lows. Everybody throw a 1 in chat right now if audio, visual, everything's looking good. Is the jawline crisp? Let me know. So what we want to do here is, so we have the lines, we've got our map, we've had this. If we look at this on the 3-day, we can see exactly what we've been outlining here. Price action pushed right up into this mesopic vision sort of volume block, order block right here. Got rejected. Now we're in this falling sort of falling channel, but we are there's 2 major points here that we need to pay attention to. And just stick with me here. We're going to be jumping into a bunch of the meme coins, micro caps. We're going to do a couple major caps at the beginning. We're going to do some charts in the middle, and then we're going to do a bunch of the meme coin micro caps, and then we're going to do more TA at the end. So we're going to be going through a lot of stuff today. So let's get this. Let's keep everything going here in the chat. Stay involved. Ask questions if you have any questions. I got my Discord open in case I missed something. My mods will let me know. All right, I see a bunch of ones. Everything's good. Mr. Blake, John Connor, Learning, GS. I'm George 2, Flat Smack, Desert Crypto. Desert Crypto, you got to be here a couple times now in the morning. Matt C, what's up? Justin Eubanks. We got everybody in the house today. Now let's go ahead, hop back over here, looking at the chart. So the point here is we have this sort of rising wedge that was formed from this low, and then this sort of pivot point right here. 1, 2, 3 sort of points down here, really forming the first projection of this. And then we got this bounce here, which is perfectly confluent with this descending level of resistance. This is a fairly strong zone that we bounced from. Now, the additional part here, looking at this, is we have this top level resistance here that was resistance all the way through, and then support. And then we sort of broke down, found resistance again, and then we're in this channel. Now, the question here is when we do the price action that is determinable right here, and this is why I've said somewhere probably around middle of June, I do think we still have a little bit of chop, whether we go down, whether we go sideways, or we go back up and get rejected again. I do think we have a little bit of chop until somewhere in this range here, I would say the 9th to the 18th, somewhere in this zone. Because price tends to sort of articulate towards points of constriction. We've had a lot of expansion here. Expansion and the volatility up, pull back down. And within that, you see strong volatility, consolidation, breakdown. Volatility, short consolidation, deep breakdown, expansion of volatility. And then a rubber band right back to a big expansion of volatility to the upside. And almost like an ascending consolidation distribution here, as we can see this right here. Now, distribution means we have accumulation at bottoms when price is going up and it's just oscillating up and down, choppy like we see here. This is known as accumulation. This is known as distribution. This is pushing up. So the difference between accumulation and distribution, on the bottom, price sells off, people get some buys, price moves up. We get some forced sells to come back down. You get to accumulate more. You're trying to tap as much liquidity on the low side and then also push price up to certain points to get higher prices to wash people out of further to come back down. So it's just this push-pull mechanism with market makers, smart money institutions. Similarly with distribution, you have price action push up, sells off, right? And then people are like, this has happened here, and this is a lot more distributive here. And so the question is this going to be a distribution? I do think that this distribution will get one more sort of tap to the low side, especially as we come in here. Now, the question is, when we zoom in on this, is this liquidity, is the price action going to basically, let's actually come back down to the 4 hour. Is this price action going to, there we go. You see this sort of constricted point right here? This is what I'm thinking. If we do break down, it would tap back into this zone. It could go lower than this, but my sort of bets are on the fact that if this does break down, we may get a little bit of a wick down, maybe to this line, and then back up into this and constrict into this zone. That's my sort of on the bearish side of things, that's my more likely bearish side of case. There is a very bearish case that could be made that this breaks this level and sort of just works its way down all the way into the lower side of this bound, even potentially down to the $24,000 range, which is the 1.618 extension of this move, which would bring us all the way over here, which would mean we would have a bearish June if that's the case. I think that's the less likely option. I think what's more likely to happen here is that the price action is going to maybe even here attempt back up and get rejected down. But whatever the price action happens here, I'm not super concerned about, because I think that we've got a lot of uncertainty weighing on top of everything that's going on in the market. Desert Crypto, Wim Mesopic Crypto, Mesopic Vision Indicator. That's this one right here, everybody that's wondering what he's talking about. That's this. We have the feather, which is basically this tracks. You can set up right here. You can, where's it at? Hold on. That's not the right thing. Yeah, here we go. So inputs. So here, I can set up right here bars. I can set up how many bars I want this to track. Let's say 50. This is great if you have TradingView on your phone. If you put it on 50, that's not what I wanted. Sorry. Maximum. Oh, sorry. 250. Getting more resolution. Now, high volume, transparency. Look back period. Here we are. 50. So you see right here, this, if you have this on your phone, as candles progress across, this will track with it and give you a volume profile for that specific range and track it across. You don't have to move it around on your phone. But this is also great on the computer. I use this all the time. Gives you like a specified range. Let's leave it at 100. Get just a fixed range. But then you could turn this Mesopic feather off, turn on Mesopic submersus. This is the entire, whatever your visual range, it will always readjust. See that? So, and you can change how wide you want these. Where's it at? You see that? You can make these wide. There's a heat map on it, so it's very easy to see without even looking over exactly where the high volume ranges are, the red being the highest. But you can change this. There's different colors. And, of course, you have your point of control. And then the interesting thing about this isn't just these. You see all these little boxes? These little boxes, let me go ahead and extend those. Volume, order block extension. Let's do 400 so you see what I'm talking about. These are the order blocks, order block extensions. These order blocks are essentially volume gaps, order issues in the order blocks that show a likely area for price to come back to. We even see this right here. Price comes down. Come on. Price comes down, breaks down, comes up, has a little bit of a pause, comes up, bounces on this zone, breaks down, gets rejected on this zone. Now we have an order block way down here. I don't think we're going to get all the way down here, but similarly, order block here, come up, find rejection, 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 come down. This will be about the middle of June. We will be releasing this. Now, back to what we were talking about here. I'm thinking, what are you thinking about? I am thinking that price action here will have a higher probability because we are testing down, and look at this. We're losing momentum above. If we do this from the wicks, we're losing momentum. Wait a minute. This is, yeah, I was right. We're losing momentum. I'm going to do this from the candle body. Let me see what this looks like if it's just from candle bodies. It's still off. But either way, this is above the golden pocket, and we're losing momentum into this. Now, the question is this going to, loses momentum entirely? Or meaning, is this going to find support here and then bounce up? Then we still have to contend if it bounces up, is it going to get rejected? Things are so choppy right now with the market. I'm being patient for about a week and a half or 2 more weeks until I make any more moves, other than having targets set lower in this region and this reason that I've just had sitting there for if we do get just a momentous move to the downside, that those liquidities can be filled. Gesundheit. Sorry about that. It looks like the price action is making a move to the downside. We see that as soon as I said that. And what did I say 2 days ago and yesterday? If this price action loses this golden pocket region, it's likely the next bullish case is if we hold this 786. But either way, we've got all this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 levels of areas of interest that we're going to look at. And look at this. The 786 is perfectly in line with where this bounced. Perfectly in line with this bottom, this bottom, this bottom, all of this sort of shelf here. So we do have plenty of supports below us. And even if we break those supports, it doesn't bother me because I have a strategy in place and I have my positions that I've just been adding to when we get better prices. That's the thing about patience and strategy. You don't get so shaken up with price actions and movements in the market because you've looked at both the bullish and the bearish case. Now, one of the things I do want to point out, because we are going to be talking about some meme coins and some micro caps, one of the things I do want to point out is the fact that it's a lot easier to do TA on a larger cap coin because there's a lot less noise in the chart. Now, Bitcoin has a lot more noise in it than, let's say, let's say Apple or something like that, right? Because Apple's, $1 trillion, it's a much larger asset class that has a lot more energy, momentum, monetary power, as well as a history behind it. Now, the smaller cap you go, the faster things move. So the noise kind of gets forgotten quickly. But if you have a very small cap coin, and we're going to talk about this in a second, I've bought a small cap coin and I put in, $5,000 before and moved that entire market with $5,000. I've moved the entire market like 3 or 4% just from that market buy. Now, this is a while ago. I don't do market buys on meme coins anymore, or actually I never bought meme coins, but micro caps, because if there's low liquidity, you have to have a specific strategy if you're trying to get, especially if you're trying to get priced at a certain point. I will say this about meme coins though. Meme coins are, so long as you're not putting your entire portfolio. Meme coins and micro caps are very sort of a good proving ground if you're going to put in $5 or $10 and you're just trying to do moves quickly, because the patterns and because there's not a lot of history and there's a lot of hype. So you'll have very quick cycles to the upside and very quick cycles to the downside. It could be a good training ground for that. But the problem is most people dive in and put far too much money in them because their friend made money. So now they're going to put in that maybe you were being smart and you've got $15,000 or $20,000 saved up in Ethereum or Bitcoin or Cardano. And you're like, well, I just want to accelerate this. I want to amplify how much I'm making. My friend just made $70,000 in 2 trades on Floki or Doge Elon Mars. It's one of these, ridiculous coins. And so you go and transfer $10,000 or $15,000, most of your portfolio into it, only to see, a week later you have $1,200 left. It happens to a lot of people. It happens to most people. So when you participate in these, we're going to go over that strategy in a second. When you participate in those coins, you have to realize you have to have an exponentially more focused strategy when you're dealing with those types of assets. Now, coming back here to Bitcoin, before we dive into the meme coin craze here, let's go ahead and mute these Mesopic. We're seeing that this is still tracking within this golden pocket region. We do lose this. We have, like I said, we have plenty of support. I do think that the highest likelihood that I'm betting on is that this may come down and even double bottom here. This would actually be a triple bottom, 1, 2, 3. And this, where we're coming into now, look at this. This low is the one here, right? On the Fibonacci, which by the time we got down here, unless we came straight down, even if we came straight down, we come right into this box that we've already had marked out for some time. But I'm thinking that we may kind of come up, bounce, and then come down somewhere in this region right here. I'll even draw it on the chart, what I think is likely to happen. Like something in this region right here. But what date is this? That wouldn't be June 4th. That's too far. You have to pay attention when you're drawing on charts. If you want to have any sort of efficacy in the way you're drawing, pay attention to the bottom of the chart down here where the dates are. So you make sure that you're drawing something. Actually, let me go to 30 minutes. I need more resolution. Something like that. Now let's go to 4 hour. There we go. That's how we get the better resolution. Look how janky that is. I don't know why mine's always snapped or good, but you get my point. And if this were to be the case, we may even get a little bit of a wick to the downside and then kind of something like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and double click on this. I'm going to click on this. We're going to make this very faint just so we know it's there. I just want to see how this all plays out. We'll keep that there. Now, what of Ethereum? Ethereum has been performing relatively well. The ETH to Bitcoin chart, we'll actually pull that up right here, has been looking very good. Why do we look at the Bitcoin chart? Why do we look at the Bitcoin pairing? I mean, because we have to remember, if things aren't performing as good as Bitcoin, or better is a better way to say it, there's no point in holding it. Let me say that again. If you're holding a digital asset and over time it's not performing better than Bitcoin, there is no reason to hold that coin. Why do I say that? I say that because if something is not performing as good as Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is the most decentralized, most secure digital asset, then what the hell is the purpose of holding that other coin? If we're trying to get the best and make the most money and have the best experience in the crypto and digital asset ecosystem, then we want to manage our portfolios and manage our risk by means of what is the ratio of profit to risk, profit to loss, profit to risk exposure, okay? And if Bitcoin is the safest, most decentralized, and in some ways most out of the spotlight from the SEC because of how it's already been deemed a commodity. Now they're still clamping off ramps, on and off ramps here and there, yes. But Bitcoin is the safest asset within the digital asset ecosystem and has the most money in it has the highest market cap. So if you're going to be investing in altcoins or other coins, I do believe that you should be checking in on one, what is the utility of that project and why do you think this project's going to do well over time? And remember, investing and day trading are two different things. So if you're trading, it's a whole different thing. You can just play the ranges, make it happen, but you still need to practice risk management. But if you're trading like longer term position trading, you know, for instance, if we come back over here to, let's go to this chart. If we come back over here to this chart, let's go to the 3-day. And we look at this. If we're trying to position trade like in these sorts of regions to capture most of this and not trade all the volatility, just get a good position, a good position trade to take advantage of this, take profit somewhere in this region, similar. Get a good position trade, take profits, good position trade, take profits. If we're doing this strategy with any other coins out, I have hit this, I got Starbucks, Tony D from the Frankie Candles team got me a cafe mocha, and it's been making me hiccup so much today. So let's have more. All right. Where are we saying? If the assets you're holding don't perform as good as Bitcoin, there's no reason you should take on extra risk. That's basically it boiled down in a nutshell. And I apologize for wasting the last 4 minutes of your time, because that's really all I had to say. So let's go ahead and zoom in here on the ETH Bitcoin chart. We could see on the 3-day. Let's go ahead and look at this. Let's do some TA here. Top, bottom. We're just getting some ranges here. Now look at this. You notice here, bounce, bounce, bounce. All of this, you had this level. As soon as that level printed, you knew in the future, if we ever broke down below it, very likelihood you're going to have some price interactivity there. Why? Price memory. There's history in the chart of price action trading there. So other people in the space, when price is pushing up, they have a mapped level looking left on the chart of where is a good place that they think other people might be taking profits. You have to remember, everybody in this market, okay, let me take that back. The majority of people in this market that are trading that have any sense about them are looking left on the chart to get some sort of semblance of a roadmap for future price action. That's what that's what technical analysis is looking at a historical. Let me go ahead. I'm getting a bunch of dings in my ear. Looking at historical. Brad Guidell says my comments are. Oh, that's from before. Send a couple minutes through support link on the. Okay. How would you recommend someone with little time get started with learning how to trade? Somebody, there's another message there. I'll get to that in a second. How do I recommend? I recommend watching this show on a daily basis and going over to bitlabacademy.com and checking in there. bitlabacademy.com. There's a free beginner's course. You can, up here on the top right, it'll say enroll now on your screen. Also, sign up for this newsletter. Everybody should be signed up for this. I'll be sending out a bunch of stuff. You also get entered to win by signing up here. We do one drawing a month. But we have in the courses area, Alex, let me know, send me a message on Slack as well. When we get the trading strategies, all the new stuff uploaded. But we have all this stuff with the beginners. You can get blockchain 101, Bitcoin 101, the crypto beginners course, which has quite a bit of stuff. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek here. This is all the free stuff. There we go. So start course, and we can see, let me go ahead just to the page here. We can see we've got, look at me looking like I'm about to do some chop suey here. Got, fundamentals, intro, tokenomics, exchange trading desk. This is basically how to actually operate, the buy and sell orders, all that kind of stuff. Psychology, introduction, candles. What are candles? Patterns, support and resistance. What's on-chain MVRV? What is on-chain in general? Another on-chain deal, indicators, how to use RSI. This is the beginners. This is all the free stuff. Now, if you were to come over to back to this whole thing, that most of these lessons, these are full course. This is a 6-lesson course. This is a 6-lesson course, really breaking down Bitcoin. But then really to get into all the other courses, trading fundamentals, psychology of trading, we could see here, there's quite a bit of stuff. And just so you all know, you can still use give me 30, all one word, when you go to checkout, and it'll give you 30% off the courses or the indicators. You can also, there's also on the email I just sent out, I sent the thing the other day. You can also sign up for the indicators and the courses all bundled in one, save like 25%. And I'll post that link at the end of the show. But look at all this stuff we have here in the, there's all kind of stuff in here. Understanding how to read market sentiment, types of traders, so you can understand what type of trader you want to be, how to do buy and sell orders, limit orders, stop limit orders, market orders, what it means, how you prevent getting charged fees, all the different stuff, how to actually do different charting, investors checklist, portfolio management, why on-chain matters. There's so much stuff in the new BitLab Academy. It's not even funny. We've got, come over here to on-chain analysis. This is really a great resource for anybody, no matter what stage of the journey you're on. We really need to get these thumbnails changed. This is just like the, auto-generated thumbnail. Resources, balance on exchange, net position chain, realized price. Look at all these different on-chain charts that we break down with not just me talking. It has screen shares and breaking down all kind of different stuff. We go through candles on how to really understand exactly what different candles and candle patterns are. And on each one of these, there's a little quiz after each lesson. Let's kind of go right here. We can see we actually break down exactly what the things are. And then once you get to a certain point, then a little quiz pops up at the bottom after each lesson. And then at the very end, we got a quiz that kind of goes through everything here. So enough of that. I just wanted to share that because a lot of people have been asking me lately about this kind of stuff. So get involved. You can use give me 30 at checkout. And let me go ahead and share with you all. I got to pull it up from Ray. Man, so how many people in here? There's quite a few people. How many people in here, mods included, are BitLab alum, are currently members of BitLab Academy? Let me know. Let me know if you used to be before and you've canceled, but you still come and watch the show. That's okay too. And just so everybody knows, if you ever were a member before and you canceled, you can still log in with your account, go to my account, and then go to subscriptions. And then after you go to subscriptions, click on your old subscription. You can resubscribe at the that old price they used to have. You still get legacied in on that better price. I just want everybody to know that in case you were wondering. Where is the so many messages? There it is. Copy link. This is the all-in package for under $100 for the indicators and the courses. All-in package. If you are currently a member, your first month is 50% off this if you upgrade to the all-in package. If you only have one or the other, whether it's courses or indicators, you can add the other one. All-I package, all-in package. You know what I'm saying. Now let's go ahead and jump back in here. Shout out Sawtooth Hiker, BitLab member for life. I hope it's good. You guys can, shoot me some messages on Twitter. Give me some feedback. I'm happy to, we're still building out a lot of stuff. We got a lot more content coming. So let's go ahead and jump back into the charts here. Boom shakalaka. Looking here at ETH BTC, looking left, we got our levels, just general map. Now what we can see here immediately, option T, let's see, is there sort of, there we go. Let's go ahead like this. So we got an ascending triangle, meaning we have ascending level of support, flat level of resistance. This typically, more often than not, breaks bullish. Shout out, Jeanette, what's up? Donato, member, what's up? So many people in here. I love you all. Hit those emojis. If you love anything in this world, hit those emojis. Let's get them going. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that bell. Let's get this going. We got 138 people in here, 84 likes. Everybody should be doing their part. I wake up early for you guys every day, putting this together. Show some love. Now we can see on the ETH Bitcoin chart, the question's going to be going into this next phase of the cycle, pre-halving. Is there going to be a narrative focused thing that really kicks things off? Last cycle, it was the DeFi, meaning the last bullish impulse. The DeFi really popped things off. And then so did NFTs. NFTs had a really big pop as well. This cycle, AI has really taken not just crypto sort of by storm, it's taken the world by storm. So it's very important to pay attention to those coins. Maybe we can do some AI coins here as well on today's show. But is Ethereum or XRP, is the XRP a case resolution, whether it be a settlement or whether it be positive news or whatever happens? There's a lot of stuff, I think, coming in the next 6 weeks. We have tomorrow, very good point here. I want everybody to realize a lot of people are hoping, because all this news about Hong Kong and China and the new regulations are going live tomorrow. And so all this liquidity is going to immediately coming into the digital asset ecosystem and just markets in general. I don't think that's going to be the case. Their applications are what are open tomorrow. And there's a lot of applications that are set to be put in Hong Kong, because if you don't know yet, they're changing the ruling, they're basically encouraging the development and empowering the development of blockchain in Hong Kong, which will, inevitably also spill into the regulation in China. I think Hong Kong's kind of being used as a testing bed here. We also saw the different crypto stuff on the Chinese broadcast stuff. Tomorrow isn't the date that all of a sudden liquidity is going to be pouring into the market. Now, if we get a little liquidity spike in the markets in general from people speculating on it, I think it will kind of be a push up and a sell off. Now, the applications are going to be entered tomorrow. How quick they move on those applications, the truth is some of those are probably already behind closed doors, with friends of different people in government that get things pushed through. So I do think there will be some somewhat quick movement on some of those applications for different exchanges and blockchain companies and wallets. There's so many different things that are going to be developed there, but I don't think it's going to be an immediate liquidity injection into crypto. I do think that really right around the FOMC meeting, around the 14th, I think that's where the hesitation in the market's going to be up to. And then I think post that, we're going to start getting a little more spicy. I'm here live, BitLab Academy. Like you asked, Kelly. Truth is that you're part of my daily crypto lineup. Thank you for all your efforts in alpha. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody being here. So getting back here on the charts, is Ethereum, we had a lot of sort of questions about Ethereum because of the lockup, the upgrade, right? The Shanghai fork and all the stuff that's happened, and the staking being released. And now Ethereum is deflationary. We're getting a lot of interesting things. That still, it's the largest ecosystem, I think, in crypto is on Ethereum. Because Bitcoin is large, but then if you think about Ethereum and you think of, let's actually look at this. Everybody needs to be aware of this. If you're not aware of this, you should be. Come over here to chains. Come over here to Ethereum. Now, look at this. We got, let's see. We've got look at all these different ecosystems on top of Ethereum: Lido, MakerDAO, Aave, Curve Finance, Uniswap, Convex, Coinbase wrapped ETH. Okay, I've never heard of this. Instadap, Compound. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, are you serious? All built on top of Ethereum. You cannot count Ethereum out, even if you don't like it. It is the largest ecosystem in crypto. So this is an important chart to look at, looking at ETH to BTC chart. And this is a more bullish than bearish chart. Why? Because we have a flat level of resistance, but the bears keep being able to take it down. Not as low, not as low, not as low. It's constricting bullishly. And we may get a little bit of a wick down and then continuation to the upside, but we need to pay attention to this. We can also see right here, this sort of sharp angle on the relative extrema right here. That's sort of angled up. We have, look at this, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, but now just bullish, bullish, bullish. The bearish divergences on the hidden volume have evaporated. Now looking here, I was talking with Nick last night, one of our main, basically the person that I work directly with to develop these indicators, really brilliant guy. And he was really explaining something to me that I hadn't really explained on camera much here, on the stream much. And how important these different peaks are on the significant movement. I'm gonna take my face off here. Significant movement is very important. Not only the red and blue waves, blue being undervalued, red being overvalued, meaning underbought, overbought, underheated, overheated, right? So it's also how expressed are these? How high are these peaks? You can see right here, this was a very, very likely, just on this alone, this was a very likely rejection, because look how overheated this is. Not only red, but how high out of the norm this is here. And we're getting a bit of a constriction. We're getting a bit of a tightening of the, I don't want to call it volatility, but tightening of the momentum waves here. Because these are essentially aggregate data put together with an algorithm between the RSI, stochastics, momentum, all these things indicating when you can really signal when things are likely coming into a trend cycle bottom. So this is getting undervalued all the way here. You see down here, this blue wave, and then it gets this sharp peak right about where we bounce. Okay. Now we're not always going to get that sharp peak, but the point is when we do get these high, you see how high this is? Look how much higher this is to everything else here. This was a very clear, okay, this was high as it could be, pullback. Once we broke this level, it came up. If you were not out yet, on this move, this was what do you call it? June, July 2017. If you were not out yet, now this indicator did not exist then, but this shows you how pronounced certain levels are to get in or get out. Now, what we want to do here with the ETH to Bitcoin pair is we want to see what happens in the zone, because as it is right now, this is kind of hugging the lower bound of this. If we lose this, we could be coming down. Let's kind of create a little bit of interest here, a map. So these are the levels, if we lose this, that I'd be looking at. Down here, down to this level and this level. I think it's more likely that if we do come down, it's going to be a fake out and then come back up, test this, and then break out to the upside here. Let's see if that happens. Coming down to the 4 hour, let's go to auto. Okay, option T. We got a trend line, boom, right there. That was just visual. And not only this, I want you to notice, just from those 3 points, we drew this, and we see that technically we're breaking out right now on the ETH Bitcoin pair. We pushed up, got rejected, came up, had a little bit of resistance, broke right through. The question is going to be, is this going to, do we consider this a retest or this? I don't think so. I think it's likely we will come back down, retest this before we continue higher. Now, everybody, it's stretching intermission. Everybody's stretching back. Oh, and can I tell you all something? I used to be in a special forces unit in the military. Okay. A special operations, I should say. I used to be in such good shape. I lived through my accident. I broke 22 bones, had 85 surgeries, something ridiculous. I only lived because I was so in shape. I went in Frankie Candle's office yesterday. I'm not joking. I went in Frankie Candle's office. Like, it's man time. Everybody, we got to do push-ups. I was like, all right. So I did 25 push-ups. I feel like I ran a marathon. Like I'm so sore from 25 push-ups. So It's time. You all can join me on this journey. It's time to get our bodies and our minds and our health on track so that we can operate at the highest levels of ourselves. So we're not sore like I am every day sitting here while we're doing TA. This is ridiculous. Okay, so everybody, we're all stretched up. Let's get back into the charts. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that bell. I appreciate all you. Now let's jump back into these charts. I want to break down a couple things on here. Actually, let me come back here 1 second. I got to pull something up. I want to break something down. So I want to talk about something here. I want to talk about, before we jump into the meme coins. Kelly, we got to chat. Yeah, you could chat. You twist, type, twist, type. It's gonna be like Billy Blank's Tybo, but with we'll call it chat Tybo. My back hurts. Okay, so before we jump into the meme coins, I think it's cogent and I think it's important to let everybody know I'm not a big meme coiner. The fact that I'm talking about this is primarily because it's such a thing, especially for newer people in the market. And I will say that I did dip my toes in the other day, and I understood the second I did it why people do it. One, I was actually helping somebody here in the office buy $28 worth of a coin. And with that $28, they got like 267 million of that coin. And as much as I still knew it was $28, I realized it was like, this is a psychological game. It's like a video game to where you put money in and you get this instant reward. You're like, $28, I'm a millionaire, because in a way you're a millionaire of that particular meme coin asset. Because most meme coins and a lot of the new coins that we're gonna be talking about here have extremely high token supplies, you know, in the trillions, in the hundreds of trillions, if not then the hundreds of billions at minimum. And because of that, you could put a very small amount of money in and feel great because of the number of that coin you get. Now, because of that also, if you get in early on any of these projects, if you get in early, here's a key point. If you get in early, meaning you were willing to take a shot when other people didn't yet know about it, if you didn't even know if that project was gonna go anywhere. If you get in early, you could make a lot of money, but these things pump very quick and they dump almost as fast, if not faster than they pumped. Some projects get rugged. Meme coins are a perfect exemplification of whether or not you have a meaningful strategy or not. If you're jumping in a meme coin or a microcap because you heard a bunch of people talking about it, that's not the coin for you. If you heard about it and you did some diligence and you see that it hadn't fully popped off yet, and it comes into a zone that's right, that's a strategy. In addition to that, with meme coins, you can't buy, hope it goes up, not be paying attention to the chart, and be able to make money. Because what happens when you look at some of these coins, and let's just go ahead and jump into it right here. I created for all of you, I do this for you. I created a meme coin list. And one of these is not a meme coin, but we're going to consider, let me rephrase this. This is a meme coin and microcap list, small, newer coins. Let me actually retitle this just so, how do you edit? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But the point here is, let's go to, okay. This is a terrible chart. Here we go. One more second. Just want to pull up the good stuff. I just want that good stuff, baby. All right. Here we go. So looking at Pepe. People that, like right here, this pullback would have been a great entry. Problem is, you see the top of these wicks? People are buying at the tops of each one of these wicks. That's no strategy. Go ahead, turn off the indicators. What we want to do on any of these coins is either have a research strategy that we're being able to identify new stuff. And man, I cannot remember it. Is it Morales? Or is this it? Token Explorer. Yeah, this is right here. So you can go, for instance, Ethereum, whatever. You can come here, search metric. Let's do, I'm going to take my face off here. Yeah, you can come here and coin age, for instance, less than, let's do 90 days. Time frame, days, add another filter. Let's do market cap, greater than. Select unit, 1 million. So, and you can add more queries, and you can kind of go like this. And so you can see with this, with this sort of strategy, you can be a person, not only, this is only one tool, but for instance, you're looking into and just scouting around and trying to identify stuff. And then what you do is you create a watch list, and you can track, you can not only this, come over here and you can go, where is the, there's a growth thing somewhere here. 10,000. Oh, so we gotta, so if we have two, let's kind of go like that. There we go. Oh, this is a pro one. I'm gonna have to get pro so I can show this guy to you guys. The whole point is you can go and even without that one that we were just, there we go. So we can sort of look at these things, and then we can come over here to coin market cap. Now, and this is something else I want you to pay attention to. Dogecoin, I was going to bring this up later. I didn't mean to pull up this tab now. Dogecoin, for instance, we have to be aware that not only do they have billions and trillions of coins, Dogecoin alone prints 14.4 million Doge every day. So this is why when people think, I'm going to be a long-term buyer, I'm going to invest in Doge, I'm going to be a millionaire because it's going to go up to $3. Could it get there? Yes. I think it's very, very, very unlikely. And even if it were to get there, it would be a very sharp sell-off because of the inflation and also because of, you know, just the lack of implementation. Now, if it got integrated with the payment systems and Twitter and stuff like that, it'd have a little more of a case, but that's still speculation at this point. And even when that happens, it still has this inflation problem. So we need to pay attention to this stuff. But what I wanted to pull up here was coinmarketcap.com. And let's go, for instance, to Pepe. We can look at this. We can look at some fundamentals. And again, I want you to know I am not endorsing any of these projects. What I'm trying to do is address something that's in the general zeitgeist of the crypto ecosystem right now and give you tools, if you were to participate, how to do it in a meaningful way that will help you at least in some way prevent yourself from being wrecked so that you could participate in the money side of it rather than the loss side of it. So Pepe is a great example. Come here, you could search for any coin that you're looking for here. And then I want you again to look at all the data that's available on any window you bring up that has to do with financial assets. So what is on here? We got the price, okay. We've got the low and the high, okay, in the last 24 hours. We could also change this. You can do 1 year low high, you see. Let's leave that there. The market cap, this has a, $485 million market cap, which is down 8%. I wonder if actually I was seeing if this would change this as well. It's a 24-hour, okay. Now we can also see the fully diluted market cap. This is when all the tokens, the max supply is out. Pepe has 420 420 trillion 690 million. Okay. Now this is the interesting part right here, the volume. You see this? So now one of the things, this is where I'm looking right here, this area right here. The volume in the last 24 hours was 150 million. So how do we know if this is relevant? How do we know how do we track if interest is growing or waning? Is it growing or decreasing in this asset? Well, then we can come right down here. You see overview markets, historical data, news, price estimates, more info. Come over here to historical data. Scroll down. Now we can see what the trend is on the volume. So May 30th, volume was 139 million. We can kind of get a general view here. Now, remember about 2 weeks ago, just before the Bitcoin conference, beginning of May, the second week of May or so, look at how much higher the volume was. Look at this, $1 billion, 437 million, 387 million. You see, this is peaking. This is on it. Look at all this, man. Wow. So it was very low, 46 million, 73 million. It's increasing, 170 million, a little bit of a sell-off, 120 million, 98 million, 72. It's dropping. Interest is dropping, probably as price is dropping. We can see this right here. And then we can see that all of a sudden, this is where we get the interest back in, 71 million. It must have bottomed here in this zone right here. And then the interest comes back in, 520 million, 316 back down, back up, 500 million, 2.4 billion, 1.6 billion, 800 million. So we're getting a general sense of this. The volume is a great interest metric in an asset. And if you're buying into an asset that had a steep increase in volume, and then it's been, a period of time where the volume is going down as price has been going down, then you need to really be aware of what the technicals on that asset are. And also specifically making sure that there's not a meme coin out there that's a long-term hold. There are some micro caps you can take a calculated risk on, but it's very important you look at this historical data on any asset. We could also look at, there's something else I wanted to look at. The other thing I want you all always realize, I get so frustrated, and I get it. Not everybody knows all the things and all the do's and all the what's. But if you're interested in the digital asset ecosystem, I beg you, take some damn responsibility for the money that you're investing. Stop asking where to buy coins. It's the easiest thing to find out. Come to coinmarketcap.com or CoinGecko and type in the asset, name any asset, and then come right down here, markets, boom. You see everywhere you can buy it, right there. Any asset, name an asset of, let's see, Floki, something I've never bought. Okay, let's look at Floki. Again, I'm not endorsing any of these. Markets, where can I buy this? I don't know where to buy it. Hey, I'm going to type to everybody else to do the work for me. Here, markets, boom. Everywhere you can buy it and the asset pairs you can buy it in. Bencoin, everybody comes on the stream every day. Where can you buy Bencoin? Let's see. Let's look together. Bencoin, come down. Markets, boom. Oh, look at all the spots you can buy it. Uniswap version 3, Poloniex, BitGet, MEXC, LBank, CoinEx, Bitmart, BTCX, Dodo, OpenOcean, CoinW. I mean, this is how you can look for anything. I was like, man, I can't get AGIX on Coinbase. So I was like, oh, where can I buy it? Well, I came over here, I typed in AGIX, and I go down here to markets. Where are the places I can buy it? Well, Binance, KuCoin, Uniswap, Gate.io, Bybit, Poloniex, BitGet. This is how you can do it. Now coming to a stream and learning or searching for something specific and getting your answer, I want to challenge each and every single one of you. And I'm a pretty patient guy, and I built this show around helping make sure everybody can do what they need to navigate the space meaningfully. But the responsibility is still on your shoulders to be curious and find the answers you're looking for. Now, changing the course of a stream by trying to get something simple answered that's not on the specific topic of what's going on, that's not being curious. Being curious is I say something, or Ben says something, or Frankie Candle says something, you pause the stream and you go onto another window and you use this. There's a new website out there. It's called Google, and you type in whatever it is, the question you have, boom, you got the answer. This way you can show yourself that you are ambitious, that you're going after the things that you want to learn. Now, all these streams, I try to do a really good job, and I may fail sometimes, and that's okay. I want to throw the rope back to beginners, but I also want to inspire each and every one of you to be ambitiously curious about the data set that you're trying to learn. There's no excuse in this world for us not to be able to master any sort of niche that we want to master, because we have more data available to us than any time in human history, times like a million. All we lack now is the ambition to learn those things. So I do want to say, basically everybody in this show, I'm actually not even venting to you guys. I'm venting to you guys about other streams, because I go in other streams, because all of you, you're all here. You're here because you are curious. You want to learn, and I love you all for it. And I do not, Total Clinic Solutions. Do people not know how to use a search engine? Can I show you all something? This is funny as hell. Let me see if I can do this. I'm going to show you something that cracks me. My dad did this to me. So here's the deal. I'm not immune to this either. I'm lazy as hell sometimes too. I'll ask my dad something, and I asked my dad something one time. Let me actually go off the screen. I'll show this to you. This this is funny. It's this right here. I'm gonna let you all. Funny way to teach someone to find an answer. So you can type what I just said, funny way to teach someone to find an answer. You can, whatever somebody asks you, you can do this. Let me go ahead. So I want you all to, this is a website you should all use. I'm going to put this in here. You can share this with people. If somebody asks you a question that they can Google, you can do that right here. And it's essentially this right here. So what happens is that link would take them to this, and it shows them, it types it out for them. It goes, this is a question you just asked me. Basically you're showing them, listen, you could have Googled the same thing, because I'm Googling the answer for you. So why don't you just Google the damn answer? So funny thing there, a little side tangent. I do want to shout everybody out in this chat though. Everybody that's in this community has been so wonderful. And I just want to make sure that all of us remember, in a moment where we feel lost and we don't have an answer, all of us at some point don't have the answer. What we need to do is take more responsibility. Yeah. What is crypto? Yeah. You get it. I think that was, who were at that? The face. Yeah. So getting back on track here, we tangented there. Everybody hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that bell. I appreciate you all being here. We got 174 people in the room, 114 likes. How many of you have subscribed? If you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? We typically do a lot more TA on top cap altcoins, but I want to make sure everybody that's participating in the meme craze does it in a meaningful way. On that note, I want to just shout out this right here. These are two different portfolios I have that I'm kind of experimenting with in different ways, like trading portfolios. And I want you to see the different way they're balanced. Now, this is the important part. You see this pie graph? This has essentially top heavy with healthy risk managed portfolios, in the sense that this is dominant. Top one is 35.71%. That's this. Then we have Ethereum, 33%. We can see it just by the nature of the size. The higher the market cap, the larger the allocation in this portfolio. Then we have Cardano at about 11%. Then we have Atom about 6%. Then Algo 5%, Filecoin, GRT, and Sand. And now I have a different portfolio that it's kind of funny. This one would need to be rebalanced, but this one has this one's Cardano top heavy, so this one's a little bit more altcoin exposed. No Bitcoin, no Ethereum. This is not a portfolio I recommend to anybody. It's more of an experiment that I'm running. But we, I put in Bitcoin, I put in a fairly small amount, essentially right. Let's see, let's go over to, where is, let's go here. I put in, where was it? About right here on this pullback. I bought in right here, and I put in a super small amount, and it was a very small percentage of my portfolio of this sort of risk portfolio, and it ballooned all the way up to 11%. So in reality, I should take some profits off of this, reallocate it to other stuff. But because this is a smaller portfolio that I'm just kind of experimenting with, I'm letting that one just run. And the reason is because I do believe that what Ben and BitBoy and them are doing is actually on the side of taking out of being a meme coin, because it has a list of utilities that it's going to be doing, as well as the crypto adoption sort of initiative. So I'm just letting that sit as it is. I'm not gonna be touching that for quite some time. But you can see there's even with this in there, this is still among one of the smaller percentages of this higher risk portfolio. So I want you all to be aware of that when you are participating and you're jumping into SNEC. Let's look at SNEC. It's been a hot topic. When you're jumping into coins like this, that you're not just jumping in and seeing, your friend made a bunch of money and they took some profits right here, and then you jump in, even like right here, with 85% or 100% of your portfolio. That's not a good tactic. Anything that has a market cap, I would say, of under $200 million, you should have less than 2% or 1% of your portfolio allocation in. And what happens is you have a higher risk of those projects not working, being rugged, having issues. They're a lot earlier in the adoption and the development if they're that small, or they had a major catastrophe and they got brought down, which means you're also battling community sentiment if that's the case. So if something is this small, and you're buying, way down here somewhere, even if you bought up here, and you're making a poor decision based on technicals, but you're allocating less, under 2%. And the reason I say under 2% is because if you're going to be investing in a couple microcaps, I would say that the allocation total for those microcaps and meme coins, even if you have 3, should be under 2. If you're really pushing it, maybe 3%, but I would say under 2%. That way, let's say you have 2, then you're doing 1% each. If you have 3, then you're doing a little bit less than 1% each of your total allocation. That way, if you have 2 or 3 and they all get rugged, it's affecting less than 2% of your entire portfolio. However, if they do pop, then they could go from 2% to 40% allocation in your folder, in your portfolio. With the caveat of, if you do put 2% in a meme coin, I would argue it should never get to a 40% allocation in your portfolio. If you do put 2% allocation into a couple meme coins and both of them pop off, and you get to the point where you look down at your portfolio and it's 50% of the value is these meme coins, then it's a good indication that you have sort of missed some of the strategies of taking profit along the way. And that's okay. We fall off the horse sometime. But if it gets to that point, then that's when you need to say, okay, I got 50% of my allocation because these 2 meme coins just absolutely exploded so quickly. It's a good indication that you should be taking some profit off the table, reallocating it into your long-term HODL portfolio, into your stablecoin reserves in your trading portfolio, and then maybe reward yourself a little bit and take some profits off the table. And if you have a new water heater you need, or a new computer that needs to be bought, or whatever it is, you can then, rather than taking out of your lifestyle budget, you can treat yourself for making that sort of investment. But there's no way you're going to succeed in this market if you're not taking profits along the way. So, and to be perfectly honest, even with the Ben coin, the reason why I'm okay with having that 11% allocation in that higher risk folder is because I followed. This is what I'm talking about here. This allocation here is because I put a lot less than this in. Okay. And when I got where did it go? When I got Bitcoin, I got it way down here. I took some profits like right here. Why did I take profits there? Well, let's look. Well, we got this. Let me go ahead and change the color scale on that. Can't see shit. Okay, here we go. There we go. So we see this roundingness right here. And not only do we have a rounding, now we have a lower high. And we had a lower high, and then we got our first lower low on this bounce up. This is where I took profits. Yeah, it was like 24, 26 to 24 range. It was right in here. I took profits, and it doesn't mean I took everything out. What I'm saying is I took out the same amount of capital that I put in on my initial investment here. So everything that I have in that portfolio, even though it's 11% and it's higher than I want it to be in the allocation. Remember, I have multiple portfolios, so I can do this. The only reason I'm okay with that 11% is because I already have my initial investment out, and the whole rest that's in there is just house money. It's money that was made from the push up on this coin. So it doesn't matter to me. I can endure this. Oh, sorry. I can endure this and not care about it. I can even reallocate somewhere down here if I want, because all this money is house money. And then because I also believe in, I think it's going to be I think there's going to be some choppiness to it. There's going to be, I think there's a longer term play, and it will pop. I do think it, meaning it, I do think it's going to go back up. So, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't, because I already have my initial investment out. Everything in there now is just house money. And this is how you have to look at it when you're trading in these types of assets, because they very well could have a regulatory issues. They could have a hacking issue. They could have, you have no idea. When a project is so small and has a small market cap, and the community is not catalyzed with its understanding of what a project is early on, if something bad happens early with the project, it tends to linger with that project for some time. So that's why you need to have a smaller allocation to these projects. Let's look at some other ones. Baby Doge, I don't know why anybody would ever get into this project, but same time, I understand it if you're just using it as a gamble thing with, you know, like a 0.5% allocation. Maybe it's a Saturday and you're bored and you're just trying to trade some, you know, $5 or $10 and get that volatility. That makes sense. Never put a high percentage of your portfolio in it. Even if you have multiple portfolios, you should never have a large percentage of it. Now, looking at this on the 3-day, I don't even know what Baby Doge is. I literally put these together for you all. Now look at this. So this is a perfect example. You see this? Look at the time from when this starts moving to when it popped. So 36 days. The problem is right here, people are chasing this. That's why somebody bought at the top of this wick. Somebody here was saying, no, we're gonna go all the way back up again. But the person here, I hope they learn, and all of us have been this person, that what we're looking for is, we can see on a more conservative level, we can do a couple lines. We've got a couple different trend lines we can look at here, and that, you know, maybe you didn't buy here because it's like, you don't know, but we can see that this is starting to, at least the technical analysis on this shows this is starting to round, and then we're not getting rejected at this level here. So maybe you start allocating right here, and then what happens is, look at this. Hold on. Then right here, if you were to allocate there, golly, come on. There we go. Then you got a, why is it not showing me my percentage? Is it market cap or something? I feel like that's, yeah, this is just a massive gain. I guess is that 3,600% or something like that, 3,500. But then look how fast this took 39 days. Now this took 30, basically, you know, about 36 days to fall straight down. But right here, the first 2 days, it took 6 days to fall, you know, almost more than half. So you've got to be really your eye on the prize. And when you do buy these sorts of things, you've got to be really, you have to have a strategy to take profits on them. Now let's look at Dogecoin. Remember, now I do think this one has another leg up in it. Will it get another all-time high? I don't know. Think about from here, this previous high to where we're at now. This is 760. Let's go ahead and do this math. I'm going to do clear 760 times, times 14, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 10 trillion. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 10 trillion, 640 billion coins. 10 trillion. That's magnitudes larger than the number of Bitcoin that will ever be. There's been 10 trillion, 640 million Doge that have been inflated since the previous high. You know, remember how you realize how much more monetary value has to come into the system just to get it back to even midway up of this previous high. So there's a lot of different things that play with the token metrics and tokenomics of different coins that we're looking at. Now this is as what do we call it? Bill Noble says, the longer the base, the higher the space. Well, we can see here, we've got a bit, this is, I wouldn't call this a trend line, maybe here. Yeah, this looks like it. So this almost looks like a descending triangle, meaning almost a flat bottom. This very well could break lower. If we look at this, let's look at this with the indicators. So this is looking, it's trying. I think it might come down and tap this area again. If this were to push up, is this on log? There we go. Okay. That must be why before. I didn't even notice that. That was why the percentage wasn't working. I didn't realize log turned off. So if this were to push up again, let's go ahead here. Again, I want to tell you all, I do not. It's up to your own decisions about what you go in and go in on and what you invest in. I'm just legitimately trying to share with you strategies so that you don't get yourself in a bad situation. Because this is down does not mean that this is automatically going to have a major pump again. We have seen very strong pumps. This has actually held relatively well, fairly high as compared. It's been around in terms of meme coins. It's been around the longest. I do think it does have some sort of longer term utility. I don't think it's going to be as meme friendly as other meme coins because of the supply and also because of the size of the market cap. Now, when we look at if this were to push up, previous all-time high would be basically a 10x from there. Why do I say 10x? Because basically, just like anything, math, you see 972%. That's basically a 10x is 1,000%. So this is about 9.7x, right? So just to get back to there, and remember, it's got 10 billion coins, roughly over 10 billion coins have been printed since back here in May of 2021. Will this get another pump up? I absolutely think it will, because it is in the general zeitgeist. But I think I wouldn't plan on this. This would be something you would just buy and set some targets. If I had to set targets for take profits, it would be kind of like here, here, and here. This would be where I'd probably be all out. But why do I say that? Because this is if this were to push up, I mean, even from here, this is a 128%, 173%, 300%. So this is 1.3, 1.5, 3x. Now, if we do a fib from here, option F, bottom to top, man, this is all the way, golden pocket's all the way up here. So maybe do one sort of final one up here at the golden pocket. And that would be, let's see. Yeah, that would be about 5x. But I'm very skeptical of really going deep, on Doge. I've never even held Doge because of the inflationary side of Doge. Now we look at Floki. So much data here. We're looking at 3-day charts. You see how young these coins are. It's really hard to do a TA on coins that don't have much life. Yeah, you see, it's like I don't even know what to say here. Option J. Nothing. Option J. That looks like we're in a bit of a what the there's nothing. I mean, I don't even know what to say here. If you were going to throw, I don't even know what let's look. I don't even know what the tokenomics. I don't do meme coins. So let's look at the tokenomics together. I just want to make sure, again, I'm going to re-say this. When you invest in different coins, I want to make sure the smart process here is to have a portfolio allocated with higher percentages of major cap coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum, basically being your staples. You see this? Between these two is making up nearly 70% of the portfolio. And then you can allocate to altcoins. And the further down the market cap you get, the smaller the percentages. Because if something is very small market cap, when liquidity does start flowing into it, this 1% on sand can balloon up to 20% of the portfolio very quickly. And then when you're looking at the charts, you pick a moment to reallocate the funds and diversify it into some of your larger cap coins, into other altcoins in the mid cap range that you want to go to. That's how you make that's how you make your portfolio. That's how you make your money work for you. Have smart allocation to a wide diversification of coins in the market, and have some risky coins too. This is not even a meme coin. Look at this, sand. It's only 1.6% of this portfolio. Does that give you any indication? Now, when the metaverse coins start to pop off again, I do think that sand will actually blow up and kind of outpace some things at some point. And when that happens, if this gets up to 10, 12, 14% of the portfolio, I'll probably take 50% profit on it and then reallocate that into other coins that it has moved faster than, while still leaving some for the longer term play for Sandbox. Does that make sense? Let me know, everybody. Let me know if what I'm saying makes sense. I'm not trying to I almost said disinfluence. I'm not trying to dissuade anybody from investing in any project or anything. What I'm trying to do is encourage healthy healthy engagement with the markets and not putting yourself at risk because you're like, well, golly, you know what? Ben talked about Bitcoin, so I'm going to put in all my portfolio into that because it's going to pop. And then you see it does pop, but then it sells off. Every coin does that. I mean, look at Bitcoin. People, you know, I don't need to look at it. You all know. We had the market where it popped and then it sells off. We have a bear market. And in some coins, if it sells off, you got to pick whether or not you want to cut your losses, meaning pull out of the market and capitulate fully and just, you know, be done with that coin. Or if you believe in that project and you stick around and you kind of reallocate when prices go lower and bring down your average entry to lower prices. So flat smack, that's right. Trying to help not only noobs, but I mean, I know a guy that was in the market for like 3.5 years and he didn't have a huge amount of money. He probably had like $65,000 in the market and he just took a flyer. He's like, he put in like, I think it was like $25,000 in, it was Doge and another one was in Shiba. And it was, he misallocated, you know, he basically, meaning he bought the majority of his portfolio worth of money at a part when the market was already really moving. That's not what you want to do. You got to do research. Yeah, do your own research. You can look at DeFi Llama. You can look at Morales. I think it's money.morales.io. Moralesmoney.com. Yeah, moralesmoney.com. Token Explorer. You can do a number of different things. Dune. You can look at, of course, CoinMarketCap. You know, CoinGecko is a good one as well. And you can also research online, you know, different videos. And then if an influencer talks about a video, that doesn't mean you should go and buy it. If an influencer talks about, not about a video, if influencer talks about a meme coin or a new asset or a new microcap or a new project, whatever it is, that does not mean go buy it. It means they did some research on it. They're sharing with you. Now it's your turn to go and do the research. They've already given you some information that they got, but you never know if that information is biased or not. You never know what the intention of that influencer is in talking about it. Now I'm not and never will be sponsored by any coin or taking any sort of paid sponsorships by token projects. My job here is to teach you how to engage with this market. So when you do hear about any project, if I bring it up on stream or any others, again, you need to go and look it up. Look up the token metrics, the tokenomics on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. Pull it up on, you know, search for other videos. Get the pro video and the con video. This is how you develop a meaningful sort of thought on the market. Now, are there any questions? I'm gonna sort of we got about 7 or 8 minutes. You guys let me know if you have any questions. I'm sure every one of you has at least one question. If you have any specific tokens, yeah. So let's go ahead while we're waiting on some questions. Let's go ahead and pull up. Bing, 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 bing. I will be on BitBoy Crypto later doing, I think, some on-chain data, which means I got to do some on-chain analysis when we get off the stream. So Bitcoin, this is still holding at this level. We want to see if it's going to hold at 26.62. Cardano, this is a very messy chart. I need to clean this chart up. You know what I'm going to do? This is what we're going to do. We're going to do some house cleaning. Let's go ahead and make this a little bit lighter because it's a little too heavy on the eyes, right? Can I do multiple? Yeah, knew you could. Okay, get off the screen, buddy. Boom, boom, boom. I'm holding Command and on PC it might be Control and clicking multiple lines here. Now I'm coming down here. Can I do that? Yeah. Yeah. Put them all together. Okay, so it's a little better looking. Now, Cardano keeps it's trying. Cardano's trying, getting rejected. But look at this. This is the level that we're getting rejected at, option J. It's this level right here, this previous high. I'm going to delete that line because there's already enough lines. If we lose this level, then I do think, same thing with Bitcoin. It's a very similar situation. See this? If we do lose this level, it's also right below the 382. I do think we're going to come down. Look at this. These previous lows are perfectly in line with where this golden pocket is. So I'll be looking at this 36.5 sort of area. If we lose this, we're likely coming back down to the 35.5. But that's what it is. We're a little overheated here on the relative significant movement. I want to look at some more smaller caps as well. Let's go ahead, come here. Let's go to alts. Now, why is this on here? Oh, because I was trying to set this up for you guys earlier. Let's go to my list. Do I have AJAX on here? I don't know. AGIX. an AI play, Singularity Net. Let's go to 8 hour. Okay, mute. So here we go. Option T gives us a trend line. Look at that. Look at that rejection. I did this trend line purely based on seeing this right here. I didn't even see this down here. Look at this. Rejection, rejection, support, support. Now, if we lose this, what's going to happen? I don't know. Is this a line that I have here? Yeah. I must have done TA on this chart before. Okay, money flow is coming back up. Let's actually get on the yeah, we can see the aggregate momentum wave coming up, a little bit of a push up, spike back down, and then it's trying to push down. You see this right here on this momentum wave. This is like a healthy read of where the momentum should be. When these candles are outside of it, this is when it's likely you're setting up for either consolidation or pullback. That's why these candles are pink, because these are outside of this cloud. So this is, you'll see, again, when I delete this, it takes the colors off. The colors are tied directly to the relative extrema. So this is saying it might consolidate, it has consolidated, but the momentum is trying to move it down. But we can see there's a lack of bearish support, meaning there's lack of agreement with the bears to be pushing this down. So this is why these candles, even though they're moving down, it's saying it's bullish. We can see right here where my mouse is. We did get a bullish divergence on the hidden volume. AI is not something to sort of scale out to. AI is not something to sleep on. It's something I absolutely think you should be paying attention to. And as it stands right now, look at this on this 3-day chart. It's attempting a breakout. Maybe this is the time. Maybe I'm going to need to take some of that extra profit that I have because I'm still a little misallocated on some of my tokens in that higher risk folder. Maybe later this afternoon I'll reallocate into this. But we do have a bearish divergence on the AGIX on the 3-day, and we are moving down. Is this going to be enough? Coming down to the 4-hour, we can see. Look at this. We have this order block right here, and it's kind of just slicing right through it. Is this going to come back down and tap this liquidity here? I don't know. I think this is looking like a little bit of a broadening wedge too. Look at this. Angle to the upside, which is bearish. Yeah, I'm going to have to reevaluate when this, if we get any sort of strength coming here. But this would be even in a longer term play. I think I will. I think I'm going to allocate some to this, even if we're to drop lower. Yeah. So that's what's going to happen. Let's look at Arbitrum. This is still looking quite flat, but we are getting a little bit higher lows, almost like a rising channel. See that? Coming down, we're getting a little bit of bullishness. This was overheated, came back down. This is neutral. Are we going to get a blue flash? Let's look on the 2-hour. Look at that. Blue flash is starting to brew, meaning undervalued. We got the bullish divergence here, and we've fallen lower. And so now that's why these relative extrema bars are even sticking further out. And this is green all the way down. So we'd like to see a bullish divergence, one of these flags, over here on the histogram, RSI, relative extrema, money flow. I'd like to see that develop because that would be in line with where this level of support is as well. What else could we look at? We haven't looked at it in a while. Let's see. Solana. How's Solana looking? I think Solana, as much as I'm not a big fan of it, I think it's a little bit of a sleeper. has a pretty strong community in it. We've broken out of this trend line on this local range here. The volume, look at this. I hate these things. How do you turn off the news? Hide events. There we go. Daily. So the volume has been pinching here. Now, what does this say? Yeah, this is trying to break out, but I do think this is probably going to be a range breakout. I think this is going to break out and likely come up here and tap this level, option J, right in there. Just because of the way this is performing, there's not a lot of conviction. This is kind of waiting for the rest of the market to move, I do think. So that's what I'm seeing on Solana. Link, we talked about this the last couple of times. Look at this range is still holding true. We can come over here, do a parallel channel. Where is it? Boom, come here, here. See that? This is just also not only channel, but this is also kind of constricting a little bit. If we put on the, let's see, the Bollinger Bands. Look at them tightening here. We can actually turn off the Bollinger Bands. We can go to the BBWP, which is the Bollinger Band width percentile, which I really like because it gives you a reading when it's really low down here, flashing these blue signs. That means the volatility is constricted. And up here, that's when it's very wide expanding. And everything in markets happens in cycles. Liquidity, volume, price, meaning things will go up, they're going to come down. If volatility gets very volatile, then it's going to contract. If it gets very contracted, then it's going to expand. And so that's what we're seeing with the BBWP down here. And, you know, in a way, the significant movement, relative extrema, these things are taking these things like a BBWP, the Bollinger Band width, basically seeing volatility and the health of movement. This is just another lens on it. So you can just search this and check it out. And we can see that this is getting very constricted. But I think everything feels like there's still a week or two left. It's still a week or two left to really let things develop in the market so that the markets can really move. Everybody's, you know, I think the debt ceiling vote on everything, which is going to take a little bit of work from both sides of the aisle. It's not just an absolute given. We have to realize that. I'm just giving all this stuff. Okay. We have to, there's some work that needs to be done in terms of the context of what's happening in the market. We have the FOMC meeting coming up on the 13th and 14th of this month. Let's see, CME, here we go. CME FedWatch tool. We look right here. Look at this now. What are we currently at? I don't even remember because I haven't looked at this in some time. I believe this is the hike for next, is this a 72? Yeah, so 500, so this is 27.9% of people are thinking there's not going to be a hike. They might get a pause. And this is switched. Last week, it was like this was over here and this number was over here. And now, because all the data that's come out, we see some issues with manufacturing China, which is some of the things that brought the market down, the small sort of pressure on the markets recently, as well as some of the inflation fears. And also if the debt ceiling is going up, then it also means inflation is going to go up. So it's like, I feel for like Jerome Powell and all these guys, as much as I get frustrated with them, there's no easy answer to any of this. And now it looks like the market is betting on we're going to get another rate hike on the 14th. So the fact that this is starting to get priced in, if this is what people are thinking, and we can see these institutional traders and these people trading futures are thinking is going to be a rate hike, then this means they're forward looking. And this is why we're also seeing a little bit of a squeeze on the market when we look at Bitcoin right here. And we wonder why, man, we're going up. Why are we coming back down? Because we're getting news on the geopolitical economic stage that is putting pressure on things in the market. And so the people trade, the market moves in anticipation of where they think the market's going. I want you to remember that. And so the last thing we're going to close out with here on the traditional markets page is looking here at the dollar index. We wonder why Bitcoin's going down. Look at this. We do see the dollar index has been pushing up right here, the DXY, and we're pushing up. We've kind of broken this trend line. This is the key point right here. This sort of box right here, right where I have this line, we can just do a box around it. It's essentially the $5 to $6 zone if we continue pushing up. If we're able to just push up into, as Army Piper calls it, the 786 right here, if we get rejected on this would be excellent, because what we want to see to really, I think when we really start seeing the market starting to move is when this gets some sort of rejection, comes down, retests, and then works its way back to the downside. But all we can do now is trade based on where we speculate the price is going to be going. And as right now, I think is indeterminable. I'm kind of sitting on my hands, and I hope you all are too. I love you all. Make sure before you go, you come over to BitLab Academy page, get entered to win. All you got to do is retweet. Make sure you follow, which is at Academy BitLab. It's also in the pinned tweet. Retweet this daily tweet. Hit this like button. You'll be entered to win some great stuff. We draw stuff every Friday. I hope to see you back in here. I really appreciate y'all. If anybody's watching over on the Hidden Network, come and check us out over here at BitLab Academy. Check out bitlabacademy.com. You can use Give Me 30 for 30% off. That coupon code is expiring. So with that, all love and respect. I will see you in another morrow. Adios. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. I am English today. Love you guys. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Trade smart, trade wise. And hit that like button, sucker.